back. Let's see if it'll tell us the story so far. Yes. Alaya and Six are on the trail of missing roboticist, Janiki Renbar. A shard of crystal found on the farming moon of Mercy points to a lonely rock. Surely Renbar can't be there. And so we are back again for episode 3. This sort of basically summarizes it. We're looking for Janiki Renbar. We had a brooch and a crystal shard, and we also found a little. It wasn't a goblet, but it was something like a goblet. Whatever it was, that had some information on it as well. And sort of somehow between that, using the information that we know in ourselves, our character knows, we've sort of triangulated an area where we think Renbar might be, or at least where the stuff came from. The crystal shard, the brooch, possibly the goblet, the drinking vessel. So I think that's where we're going now. We did go back to... Still didn't write her name down. But the person who hired us, our mentor, to sort of give her the news. And she was like, come back to me when you got some real news. So anyway. But on the way back, we found a bunch of... like little ruins on islands along the river. Which gave us a little bit more information, like a few characters. We found sort of a piece of wood from a prow, which I think is part of a ship. We found a cloth from a flag. We don't know where they're from, but we think they're sort of from similar places. So we're picking up clues along the way. And we've also, and I got a Steam achievement for this as I closed the game, have nailed down one word in our vocabulary, and I think that was emperor or holy. I'll have a look. Right, are we going to go into dialogue? No. Okay, so let's have a look at inscriptions. Let's have a little look. So, let's see if anything's got a tick by it. I think this one has Emperor in it. Yeah, so Emperor doesn't have a question mark. So this is like locked in. Emperor, we got one word. But I think if we go into this, yeah, we can still like question it. So I think we used Emperor enough times in our translation that we became confident about it and locked it in. So I think that seems to be the mechanism. Holy, we haven't used enough. And again, so everything with a question mark by it is like we've put a word by it. We're not sure about it yet. And as I said last episode, we're sort of building upon uncertainty. So, you know, I've built palace from other words with guesswork. I can't remember why. I think it was like it was related to the Emperor. Withering, we seem quite confident about because someone, I think Six, said there is a place called the Withering Palace or Withering Area. So that seems useful. And I think now if I plot a course, let's have a look at Renbar's crystal just for a sec. It's beautiful enough, but that doesn't explain what Renbar was doing with it. Okay, great. If we say let's take to the river, I think the map will come up and then I can just talk a bit about that. Let's take to the river. I will ready the ropes, mistress. We're still sort of working out the mechanics of and the yeah, okay. So it's labeled a sort of massive area where Withering Palace could be. I don't think it's guaranteed that Withering Palace is a place, but they seem reasonably confident that it kind of is. And I think what happens is, as you find clues, it kind of jolts things in your memory, either us or Six, I think, that allows us to start to narrow in where that clue might be pointing at. And I can't remember what it is exactly we found that had the Withering Palace. It was a book, wasn't it? It was a book. It had the Withering Palace inscription on it. It was something like heaven at the Withering Palace or something like that. And it's like, okay, so it's somewhere in this region. And then I think as we'll find other clues, it might kind of narrow it in a bit more. So over here, we had kind of like a couple of overlapping circles, and we've kind of managed to get this area out of it, which is where we're heading. That's where we think the crystal shard and the brooch came and the I'm calling it a goblet. I can't remember what it was called. Flagon. It was a flagon. I think a flagon is a sort of drinking vessel. We didn't see it. She just described it. So we're going to go here and see what clues, and we're probably going to find some clues along the way. The chunk of crystal we found on Mercy came from a distant backwater of the nebula. Would we find Rambar here? Or would we find the remains of his ship? I could find this site now. Okay, which suggests that it's not a... we don't need more information. Yeah, let's go there. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Lots of wiggly ways to go. Bit of sailing. Maybe we'll see some ruins along the way and find some more clues. That would be quite handy. Let's chat to 6 on the way. Ioxian space. Sailing to the Earlite moon in the Verdant Pass. Right. And away we go. Please go right momentarily, miss. Why? That's not momentarily, that's just the direction.
All the rivers of the nebula flow to Iox in the end. If you tie off your sail, Iox is where you'll wash up. It's the heart of the nebula. Or else, it's the gutter.
Isn't Iox... Oh, that's Iox. Okay, I thought Iox was the entire place. No, Iox was the academic area. Oh, yeah. Okay, also, last episode, when we spoke to our mentor, it wasn't a complete waste of time because we spoke about the loop and we spoke about the fall. And the fall was the... I can probably do it while I'll do it here because there'll be a conversation probably while we're sailing. The fall was the fall of the Ioxian Empire. Which Iox has sort of rebuilt itself. I don't know if it's rebuilt itself as an empire, but nonetheless, Iox still exists, and our mentor, whose name I've forgotten, I'm sorry, has said that the fall is kind of history. Is like a prophecy, so the fall will happen again. So Iox as a civilization is in some kind of danger. Though it keeps referring to it as like an empire, so I'm a little concerned. Like, empires aren't often protagonists of things, including real life. So if things are being framed as an empire, I'm wondering if we're going to be kind of like turning on Iox as a entity later on in life. Although I don't know if Iox is considered an empire in the modern age. But anyway, so this is sort of the Holy Empire. I wonder why there's a question mark. Last Emperor disappears. Flagon is moulded. Book is bound. These are the things that we found. The brooch, the book, the flagon. So the fallers, which are the people that kind of, I guess, the remnants of the fall of the Ioxian Empire, establish power here, establish the university, and create the protectorate, and we're sort of here now. Oh, and we looked at the sundial. 6 as well, he doesn't really know. He was found, but he doesn't really know much more about that. Okay. On we go. I'm not going to pass control to 6 yet. Our route goes right, mistress. And so should we. Okay, so he's sat-navving us. And if we go in the middle of the road, it should be fastest. Maybe they're not going to have a conversation, and I could have chatted about all that while we were sailing. Whee! Yeah, I'm interested where this is going to go for us now, because obviously our starter mission is to find Renbar. I don't know if that's going to be the whole of our mission. Like, whoa, steady. Or if this is only going to open up a broader story for us about Iox, about the other civilizations in the world. Like, clearly the people of Mercy do not like Ioxian people. Okay, we're now in the Verdant Pass. So where are we now? Alright. We're going to go past Mercy again. Whee! So I think we have been this way before. It's so... Question. What are the rivers? 6? 6? Flows of oxygen, hydrogen, ice. Steady. I'll go this way. Their velocity keeps them coherent. It's like they're going somewhere. The rivers. That's us. Whee! But they never do go anywhere. I'll go this way. Looks more complicated, but I'll go right. They just cycle around and around. Can't see any ruins yet. Whoop. The path turns left shortly, mistress. Then we shall turn left too. I don't know what this sweep sail does. Are we going faster? I can't tell. Question. So how did you end up in a hole on Iox? I have no idea, mistress. I do not know when I was buried or what I have done to deserve it. Alright, nearly there. Left, apparently. Professor Miari assures me it is part of the Great Loop. The Great Loop being sort of the prophecy of the fall of Iox. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Where are we going now? Is this gonna... That's fine, I can do this.
No one knows how far the rivers go. No one's ever mapped them. Not even the robots.
I mean, I can clearly see the map.
Or, if they did, they aren't telling.
Oh, a ruin. Perhaps robots are a naturally occurring mineral. A shipwreck. Maybe moons are robot eggs. Less pondering, more plundering. A wreck. It is a shipwreck from the early Empire, mistress.
The robot wasted no time.
I found a piece of a river map. It is most likely come from somewhere nearby. The maker didn't add any kind of writing inside the space between the rivers. We will need to turn left up ahead, mistress. Okay, I'll try not to bugger this up this time. Here we go. Whee! Alright. I got this. I got this. I got this. Left, 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 left. Remark. If Renbar is hiring labourers from Elbereth, then the lady who runs the market there should remember him. Yeah, we haven't gone to Elbereth though, have we? Can't be many Ioxians hiring workers from her. Alright. Why are we not... There we go. Oh god, pick a direction. What market, mistress? So pretty. Reply. Oh, Jesus. What do you mean misturning? I didn't... Where are we now? Ah, we're still fine. Available data suggests the Iota moon should be somewhere here. Okay. Okay, I don't see it, but I don't know what I'm looking for. Is it that thing? Is it this thing right here? Oh, view possible search locations. Perhaps the site is here. Perhaps. There's a rock up ahead. What have we found? I don't know. What have we found? I guess we're just searching for ruins in this area. Right. Above the crystal moon. Why would anyone come to a lonely spot like this? Ooh. We have arrived, mistress. The moon below us is rich in purple iolite crystals. Sounds good. But there is no surface flow. We cannot land the ship. So this is as close as we can get. As close as you can get, mistress. I should be able to hop her down. But there is no air. Hopper? The Nightingale is fitted with a hopper, of course. For instantaneous travel. Yeah, tell me how it works. How are you going to get down there? By hopper. I am fitted with a source, as is customary for robots. And the eye aboard the Nightingale appears intact. He's saying a lot of words I don't understand. I will be able to ensure my safe return. What else can I do? Off he goes. Okay, so a hopper is some kind of teleporter.
A moment later, the robot was gone. And I was alone in the dark.
Can I question to myself? What were you up to, Renbar? What makes a roboticist leave Iox? When Iox is the only moon in the nebula with robots. Remark. I hope it's all right down there. I don't want to lose another. Yeah, you do kind of mince through robots, don't you? Oh, he's back. Mistress. Oh, what else has appeared? A chest. I found something, mistress. A tool chest. Can I question him? Rembar hid this box down there. It was a superb hiding place, mistress. But whether it was Rembar's doing or not, I could not say. Let's look at the box. It's the other way. I hope there isn't a snake in there. Oh. Material? A roll of cloth. Question? Why would Rembar hide something like this? He must have had a reason, mistress. His choice of hiding place was extreme. Let's reach inside. Thick fabric. Janiki, what is this? Some kind of robe. But it's hundreds of years old. And there's something stitched along the belt. Tiny characters picked out in a darker thread. Oh, here we go. Language. This is some stuff we haven't seen before. These symbols look somewhat like my translation for water. Yeah, there's this game is very slightly buggy in that it sometimes has a fight with itself about what it wants to show me. So it started bringing up this screen and then realized she needed to say something. So it backed out of the screen. She said it and then we came back into the screen again. It's fine. Okay, this is nothing like water. Could be blessing. Like if we think it's like water, then maybe it's like more of a noun. Let's have a look at this one. And there's a few words I found before that might help. I found a few words that I found before that might help. Okay, so this is goddess. This bit here. If goddess is right. This, I think, so again, we're going off my previous assumptions, which are not confirmed yet. But I kind of pegged this as kind of place-ish. This was kind of, I had down as kind of utility, tool kind of thing. We weren't sure about this. And this might be something like a person or an important person, I think. Like, I think maybe the little stick lines are non-important people, and the more curly they get, the more important they are. Or maybe more holy they are. I don't think pilgrims, though. Or pilgrim. And what's the end? What can we put together? Okay, so we've got this little thing here. So we think it's sort of preposition-y, position-based. We have in and follow again. It's not. This also means kind of at. I think we feel kind of confident about that because of where it's positioned in the sentence before. I think it was the book title. It was like something at Withering Palace or in Withering Palace. So let's go with this little symbol here, this kind of apostrophe dot being position-based. So maybe together. Let's go with together. It's a cloth. So the context is it's cloth. It's purple cloth. So again, we're not in the real world, so it might not apply. But purple cloth tends to be like quite opulent in ancient times because purple was quite hard a dye to come by. So only kind of fancier or richer people would wear purple. I've got an itchy eye, I'm sorry. So maybe holy people, maybe priests, maybe soldiers. What was this first thing? Blessing. And what do we go for at the end here? Together. Blessing. Pilgrims together? I'm going to put this in here for now, and I'm going to say blessing. This, no idea. Got nothing on this symbol at all. If I review, it just means I go back into this, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Let's temporarily put that in there. Blessing pilgrims together. A ceremonial robe, I suppose? What do you think, Six? There's more in here. This is an ornate silver reliquary. It's beautifully preserved. On the hinge, there's an inscription. Oh, we got more shit. Ooh, okay. This one is a fractured piece from a longer phrase. Okay, so the phrase is like continues before and after. Ah, this might be where we get to confirm stuff. Do we only get to confirm one thing? Because two things fit in here. So I'm going to go gods. And I'm going to go follow. I can add my translation for gods to my dictionary now. Okay, cool. This is cool. And follow. Now let's take a stab at that new word. So we don't think it's follow. Interesting. Discover? Discover gods. That will do for now. One sec. Okay, so that's not confirmed. Let's go to inscription. Let's go to unsolved inscriptions. So I want this symbol. So let's look at that. Okay, so pilgrims. Okay, so I think I'm going to change this to follow this thing. Oh, it's not quite the same here, is it? This is not quite the same as this. I was going to say if this middle bit is pilgrims, and then it would have like follow gods in the middle of it. So I'm going to change it back to follow for now. Where else? So that's not quite follow. It's a little bit different. It doesn't have the little prepositional symbol in it. Where else have we seen this? Nowhere? Here? Here. Yeah, here. So on the lock sundial, follow emperor. Yeah, okay, unclear. And here we only get love, wood, and find. Love the emperor? That might make sense. And then if we go over here, then love the gods might make sense as well in the same context. If like pilgrims love the gods. Love gods. Follow the gods. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, I'm unsure how we're going to lock these things down, but we'll see. That'll do for now. And there's something inside. A crumbling scroll. There are some painted glyphs on it. Okay, here we go. It continues. So there's a little snaky boy. I'm going to have to guess the whole thing. Okay, so instinctively, thingy, wordy phrase, and a little joining glyph suggests something like and. Right? This just screams conjunction, doesn't it? So, pilgrim and what were our solution? Or fingers? Pilgrim fingers yourself. Pilgrim fingers stranger. I don't think that's going to be it, is it? Why would it be fingers? Why would it be? Why are these our options? It could be follow. Pilgrim follow forever. What have we got here? We've got our little utility symbol, which again we made up. This, I'm leaning towards it being sort of holy person. But again, nothing here really gives. I'm not sure what these dots mean. I'm not really sure what this means. In. And why did we think this was pilgrim? I think we thought it was an important person with utility, right? And it's like, it's very similar. This symbol is very similar to follow, and this is like holy man or god or something. I think this means God. I think we just confirmed that. So it's sort of like person who follows or loves God in a place. So it seems more likely to be pilgrim than soldier. So let's stick with pilgrim and stranger. That's a person, maybe. Withering, disappearing. Let's go with stranger. Very, very unsure about that. Pilgrim and stranger. Presumably there used to be more to it than that. I'd hazard that this comes from the same site as the reliquary. But that's not all. What else is in this bloody box? There's also a brass cup for festive occasions. How did Rembar get his hands on all this? The inside is heavily stained. Must have belonged to a heavy drinker. It doesn't have an inscription on the bottom. This comes from the same place as the scroll and the reliquary, I think. This new find should help us pin down its location. So are these leads? Or are these things what Rembar was after? Please wait, mistress. I will consider the matter. Okay, new site indicated. Can you work out where the robe originated? I fear so. It is not a good location, mistress. But Professor Miari was keen we found Master Renbar. Cup is moulded, and I'm sure Master Renbar is equally keen to be found. Unless he's already dead, Six. If he's been sailing out to places like this one, it's worse than that, mistress. I found chemical traces on the box casing. I believe Renbar did not rely on sails to reach his destination, but rather an explosive propellant. Propellant? Where was he going? Where was he going? I'm not exactly certain, mistress. But I believe Renbar travelled far from home. Into the eye of the cyclones. Alright, let's review. Because Jesus Christ. Okay, we infer the existence of a new site somewhere in Eagle's Pass, but don't know enough to find it yet. So we've got a sort of vagueness. What's this? So triangulated the moon where the purple robe originated. I should have enough information to find it. So the cyclones is the purple robe location. So that is a possible place we can go next. Brass festive cup should help us trace Rembar's dig site. Crumbling scroll, dig site. Ornate silver reliquary, dig site. What is a reliquary? I'm going to just look that up on my phone. Yeah. A reliquary is a container for relics. So I guess it was the big box. No, the box was red. A portable reliquary, or the room in which it is stored, may also be called a feretory. Feretory. Okay. I mean, it might be the box. The box might be painted silver. Can you paint silver? I suppose you can paint anything. Found a purple robe, hidden in a box, buried in an airless moon. But why? Okay, yeah, so the hidden box is not the reliquary. The reliquary was inside the box. What does this give us? Okay, all of this. So Rembar hid the box within the last few weeks. He finds the robe in the cyclones, buries it in the cache we just found, and then what's this, like how many days are we talking here? 54. So that's nearly 8 weeks ago. Rembar finds several small artifacts on Rembar's dig site and hid them. He hires labourers to do the digging. And then bloody ages ago is when the scroll was linked. And the cup and the reliquary were all cast over 900 years ago, is what we're guessing from our knowledge. Okay. Rember's dig site. Okay. Okay, it's not giving us much information, but we'll do what we can. Do we now have to figure out a place to go? We haven't been to Elbereth yet, but we are really close to the Eye of the Cyclone, so I feel like that's the place to be, right? Rather than... Okay, so, and Rembar's dig site is in this area, but we haven't locked it down yet. Rembar had been following a lead from a robot and had organised a dig on a small moon near Elbereth using hired labour. We got some artefacts from the site, but they gave us no clue as to what it might be. Professor Miari thinks it might be connected to the fall of Iox, but I can't see how. I don't know enough to find this site yet. Yeah. And Withering Palace, we found an artefact from a place out in the distant reaches. But what this site might have once been, I've no idea. I don't know enough to find this site yet. Oh yeah, just some of the things we found in the ruins to kind of give us a hint about the Withering Palace were off the beaten track. We started to, I don't know if it was here, I think it was here. We started to wander out on unplotted rivers very shortly. I think we basically just went along here, to be honest, and then turned around. All right, let's go for this Eye of the Cyclones thing, see what we can find. Janika Rembar found something impossibly deep in the swirling waters of the Cyclones. Is there still more to find? And is Rembar waiting to be found? I know enough to find this site. Right, let's go. We're just going to sort of circle our way in, I guess. Sailing to the Eye of the Cyclones. Okay. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be bloody miles away, like the robot said. But we can look for stuff. Again, there's Mistress. I think the site of Rembar's cache might have been a quarry. Whee! We're in a rapid. Wow. Okay. Which way are we going? Okay. We better check the hull when we next land. Watch out. Steady on. I don't think we can hit the rocks. Reply. What's your reasoning? Oh, maybe the robot said that. Okay, we can't go up. The flow doesn't go that way. We're going to need to circle in. Some of the valleys have indications of detonation. Also, I believed that the stone was the... Shit. Okay, what if I do reset? What does that do? Okay. It's good to know, good to press buttons. This whole area is wild. Let's hope that was the way we wanted to go. Whee! We're not through it yet. Okay, we're going to go right at the next opportunity. Yep. Hug the wall. Remark. Rembar must have really wanted to hide what he hid in that box of his. Vicinity of the Eye of the Cyclones. I wonder why. Okay, I am letting the water take me. My findings suggest the Eye of the Cyclones is in this vicinity. That's probably the robot speaking. Okay. Wow. So let's head towards this thing. Could this be it? Probably is, isn't it? Yeah, It said fuel search locations, but there was only one on the map. We're barely sailing, but we are moving. Yeah, I guess we go the long way around. This is like that Yoshi's Egg course on Mario Kart. All roads lead there in the end. I cannot see which way to turn at this branch, mistress. Yeah, we are mucking this up, actually. Can we go left now? Can we go hard left? Is this right? Yeah, this feels right. This feels right. This looks like the place. This looks like a nightmare place. We'll have to choose one and explore. I see it. There's something up ahead. A moon. There is air, but no upriver, mistress. We'll need to leave the ship here and hop her down. Please, do not be alarmed. It is quite safe. Right, down we go. Beam me down. The eye of the cyclones. Will Rembar be waiting for us here, in the centre of the storm?
The hopper fired, and for a moment I was gone. Not aboard the Nightingale, not on the moon beneath. It could have been a heartbeat or an hour. But I didn't feel the cold until I reappeared.
Oh, is it cold? A pile of rocks, mistress, smashed together by the waters. Uh-oh. It seems Janiki had a taste for places like this. You said the last one would be empty too. And it wasn't. So who knows what we'll find here. Okay, I can't turn around. I can't turn the camera around, I mean. Perhaps a box of handtails and an airbrush. It's way 6. Oh. Perhaps Rembar is waiting for us just around this corner. We can hopper back to him in the Nightingale. We can hopper him back to the Nightingale, and this chapter of my life will be done. Perhaps, mistress, perhaps. We can only hope. Okay. What's new, pussycat? Not much. Okay, looks like there's some stuff over there. There's a building. Hold it. 6. What's that?
Here, in the middle of the hurricane, there was a house. It was fine. Tucked in below the overhanging rock. Wooden beams, mud brick walls, shutters.
Finer houses.
Large enough for 2 families to argue over. It would have been measly on Iox and grand on Elbereth. But here, it was impossible.
Someone built this? Buildings do not occur naturally, mistress. How did Janiki find it? I hope we can ask him, mistress. Can we get in? Blocked with rubble and ruin. This whole place must be slowly peeling away from the cliff. Yeah, I mean, you said it was fine, but it is missing, like, a roof and walls. Perhaps you might forego going inside. I could vault over the wall here. Please, mistress. The floor beyond would only give way beneath you. You don't know that. I'm clambering after I reply. Do you see any other way in? Exactly. And shut your face. Nah, neither do I. Here goes. Whoop. The floor seems sound enough. 6. Where did the robot go? Where did the robot go? Oh. 6. So robots abandoned me for once. Yeah, truly. Okay, remark. Talk out loud. Look at this place, Elia. No one would live here. I couldn't.
The ghosts were still here, cooking, reading, doing whatever ghosts do. The house was empty, but it hadn't been abandoned.
Really? Okay, I can't seem to go... I can go in here, yes. Locked. Or blocked. Okay, I can't go in there. I thought I saw the door open, but... Question. Why build something as big out here? Who was it for? A little shoe. A rough bed. Hardly comfortable. Whoever built this place wasn't worried about making it cozy. An inscription! Ha ha ha! And there's an inscription here. It's old. Barely visible. Scratched into the plaster. Bloody hell. Okay. We continue to struggle on this. I've not encountered any of these words elsewhere. Anywhere else. I can still make some guesses. Alright. Sticking with the idea that this is a person of some kind, I'm going to say acolyte. This utility symbol is running its course, really. I don't know if it's actually proving to be that helpful. I don't know what this comma thing does. This is from Withering. This is sort of person-y. Acolyte. Fear? Withering? Is this like a negative kind of connotation? Acolyte. Fear. Stranger. That's why they stayed out here in the storm. Does acolyte, fear, stranger work? Someone had come here. The angle is interesting too. Scratched by someone lying down. So they were hiding, maybe? Someone came, an acolyte was here, a stranger came, and the acolyte was like, acolyte, fear, stranger. The art style said, oh, mistress. It is good to see you again, intact, mistress. How'd you get down from that arch? I could not climb over the wall, so I drove myself off the cliff edge. Once I had dug myself out of the sand, I found a door. Now you understand why I keep losing robots. They're always doing stupid stuff like that. Alright, let's explore. What's this? Let's do this room first before we start going through doors. Right, we've got a fire poker. A fire poker. Stow it. Not my most interesting find. Still. Okay, didn't seem to have an inscription on it. Let's see what's on the floor. Another cot. There we go. I found one just like this on the floor above. Someone grew too old or too ill to climb back upstairs. So they made up a bed down here instead. Someone died right here, mistress. Remember? I don't think so. No. Whoever died here died scores of years ago. The lack of moisture on this moon has preserved the traces. But they are old. Question. You're sure? The evidence is minor, but significant. A person lay on the floor here for some time after death. Reply. Question. So where are the bones? The person who lay in state here was only removed recently. Ooh, spooky. Question. Are you saying Janiki took them? What remained of them? Someone did. An inscription on the wall. Let's reply first, though. That's horrid. Why would he do that? I am unsure, mistress. Something must have led him to this place. There must have been something here that he needed. Reply. That's even more horrid. Yes. Yes, it is. All right, inscription. There's an inscription up here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, hearth. I know one of these words. I'll have to guess the other three. I'm changing my mind slightly over whether the game is fighting itself. I think the idea of what happens here is the game like gives you a little glimpse of of this text. It's like she looks at it, she responds to it, and then we go and explore it properly. I think it's deliberate. It just kind of looks like the game's fighting itself because I think the activation of the text and when things appear is not quite right, so it kind of looks like it's fighting with itself, but it does feel like deliberate the more I think about it and the more I'm seeing it. Anyway, so we think that's water. We know that's goddess. We think this is holy-ish, maybe with position and utility, so maybe blesses? The water goddess blesses. Why would it bless the hearth, though? Go back to water. Yeah, I'm going to go with that because it's like similar to... It's got the watery nature to it, sure, but also it was written on the well. So the water goddess blesses fire. It is a hearth, so fire makes sense. Why would the water goddess bless fire? Reclaims fire? Like, water obviously kills, destroys, depowers fire. Maybe reclaims? Hold. Could be holds fire. Lead. But let's go back. Bless. I think it might be reclaims. Fire. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Water goddess reclaims fire. Well, this is a fireplace after all. Perhaps they're afraid of it burning their house down. I'm giving her more of a Cockney accent than she's actually got. She's got more of a South London accent. The building won't actually cave in on us, will it? I cannot guarantee that, mistress. Okay. Let's go in this door first. Okay. Question. Anything hiding in the shadows? Certainly there is. Okay, I'm not going to open the door yet. I just want to make sure there's nothing here that's like a really cool pot with an inscription on it. I wonder if this door is jammed. Or if it might open. Good, 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 good. In we go. What's in here? A painting? Just a painting? All right, let's do the painting. Look at this. Swirls and flows. These are rivers. The detail. Who lived here? Who drew this? These look like rivers of Ghost's Wake. No one goes to the Ghost's Wake. Site located. Ooh, okay. Perhaps that site will have some answers. To what, though? Interesting, though. Right, let's read the inscription. Is there an inscription? Well, it seems so. What we got? Ooh, it's carved in. I think that means we get to confirm something. This one is a phrase run together. Okay. follower. Nothing else though. Is that right? I think my translation follower doesn't feel right just now. Okay, so it's sort of confirmed the negative. Hopefully I can make some better guesses this time. Ooh, interesting. I kind of want to go back to where I put follower in before and see if I can make a little change. Was it like lover? There were like two things, or guy. Where did follower come from? Did it come from pilgrims? Was that what it was related to? Or was it related? Okay. In. So it's got a bit of in. It's got a bit of kind of utility. This one is not in any of these. Okay. Garden. Field. Home, maybe? Place. Fire. Or bat. So two of these was kind of fire. I wonder what this little symbol underneath kind of means. Like if it changes the nature of the word. Fear. So this is, it's sort of vaguely negative, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be home. Sharp would be weird, wouldn't it? But it's not a place. I guess I don't know what the whole sentence is yet. Let's go for sharp and find, maybe. Find a sharp circle? Find a friend. Follow. Maybe this is follow then. In. Take friend home. With a map. Feels kind of right. We're sort of doing guesswork here, aren't we? Take friend home. Well, it's definitely a map. Drawn by whoever died here? No one comes from Ghost's Wake. Right, let's go back to inscriptions again. Let's just sort of review. So what's the thing we had? So this symbol, that we got that quite recently, I think. So let's exit that. We want this. We want like person and then like a little bowl with an egg in it. Now, where did we get that? Not there. No, just look for the bowl with an egg in it. Can't see it now. I feel like it must have existed because we plonked it into this. Right? Wait. Take friend home. Yeah. This one, we plonked it in from an existing glyph we thought we had, I thought. Am I not seeing it? That? No, not the sundial. Interesting. Was it here? It's quite big. No, it's not there. Ow. Scratched on a wall. Here we go. So it's not acolyte. Oh, interesting. We had it as acolyte, but it changed it to follower. I fear strangers. I fear strangers. And then take me home. Take me home. Yes. Okay. So what's interesting is we're going to have to wait to have that confirmed because... Okay, so it's really, really beneficial to have a word positively confirmed when you get it put into the etched ones, which give you the opportunity to confirm things. Because if you don't, it gets negatively confirmed, but you still don't know. You don't know for definite what it is. You just know for definite one thing that it isn't. It hasn't. It's just kind of narrowed it down a little bit. But I think this makes more sense because this guy here, it was written from a low vantage point. So if it is stranger, he's hiding and he's going, "I hate strangers." It's like graffiti etched hastily onto a wall. The person is talking about themselves. I hate strangers. And then they've got this map here and they're like, look, take me home. Take me home. That's my guess. Okay. Right, we're nearing the end of the episode, but I guess I should not go outside yet. Explore the rest of the house. And then maybe slip out and then... Ooh, a heavy wooden box. Maybe we should... There's a bunch of stuff here. Okay, actually, let's leave it here because it is the hour mark. And then next episode, I'm going to write it down as soon as I've stopped it. We'll look in the box, we'll look in the room, we'll look outside, and then we'll plot our next route. Evidence is gathering. Evidence is... So, as we've had many times in these... Oh my God. They're talking. They say Ghost Wake is haunted. You know how, according to the loop, the souls of the dead sail the rivers until they're reborn? Well, the story goes that most of them are asleep, dreaming of childhood or lovers or big meals, I don't know. Sometimes they have nightmares. And then they might wake up. And those that stay awake forever, trapped in the rivers, formless. It said they gather in Ghost Wake. It said you can hear their helpless cries. Okay, I don't know. I was looking away. I don't know what's made that little sequence appear. So I'm just going to do that. Yes. What was I going to say? So in these games we've played where we're sort of part detective, part mystery thing, there's kind of an ebb and flow structure to how it goes. And there's often a period of part of the ebb and flow, part of the cycle of how the game goes is you start building up a bunch of information that you don't really know what to do with yet. And we're kind of in that stage yet. We've got like trinkets and we've got like, oh, it might be here, he might be there. This thing was made in this location. This thing's very old. We don't know where Rembar is. We don't know for sure that he left us that stuff. So we're sort of in information gathering stage now. And it feels big. Like it feels like we've got too much to handle. And the good news is, so far it's sort of quite narrow in the places we'll be able to go to. So we are just still gathering from our limited amount of like locations we can go to. But at some point we're going to start narrowing it in. And I want to get a few more words nailed down as well. The more words we get nailed down early on, I mean, it seems obvious now, but the more we'll be able to kind of make judgment calls about future words and future characters. I haven't quite nailed down the structure of the language yet. And I think there's going to be a really lovely point in the game where I think certain things click for me and I'm like, okay, yes. So the little comma means that, you know how I was like early on, I was like, maybe these double comma means utility or tool or something, that kind of thing. And then this suggests like a preposition, like a location based word and so on. And those were guesses, but at some point it's going to be like, I'm like 90% certain that's what, if this little bit of character is included, then that's the kind of word this is. This means it's a verby kind of word. This means it's a placey kind of word. At some point that's going to happen for me in a more confident way. And then I'm going to we're going to ascend to different levels of understanding the language. So we're definitely going to have words we don't understand, but we're going to have much more confidence in how we approach deciphering this language. I hope. It could be a shit show from start to finish, but that's my hope, is we're going to get there. I do enjoy deciphering languages in funny puzzles, and I don't yet quite understand how this game is leading me to work out the language yet, because there is a lot of guesswork. I think some of it has to be context based on the objects we find it on and stuff, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. We'll make some educated guesses, and we'll fail together and we'll win together. But next time, we're going to look through this box, we're going to look through this room, we're going to see what happens next. I think, we're set up to have a bunch of more information, and hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Leave a little comment, tell me what you think. This is, we're still in the early stages of this new exciting game, so I'd love to know how you're finding it, because I'm enjoying it. Little overwhelmed, but enjoying it and looking forward to seeing where it goes. Every time I find a new inscription, I get very excited. That's my favorite thing so far. Yeah. See you soon. Bye.